What is up, guys? Welcome to my new video. The top 10 FIFA 16 players came out today, and since I missed yesterday's video, there are going to be 20 different players in this video. They're the best players in all of FIFA 16 besides other special cards which will come out. And these cards are just insane. There are a lot of upgrades. Hope you guys enjoy this, and again, I'm sorry for missing my video yesterday. Our first player is Philipp Lahm. Lahm is a very good player for Bayern Munich, but he wasn't amazing last season. He wasn't playing above form or anything, so his rating did not change at all. His pace was downgraded, but his shooting and passing and defense stayed the same. His dribbling was downgraded, but his physical was upgraded. Our next player is the engine of Real Madrid, in my opinion, and is Luka Modric. Modric is really good for Real Madrid, and when he was injured, Real Madrid started losing in the Champions League. His rating as an 87 stayed the same though, which is pretty fair in my opinion. His pace, shooting, defending, and dribbling stayed the same, but his passing was upgraded as well as his physical. Up next is the very controversial player, Ozil. Ozil is pretty much in a duel with Payet on who is the best center attacking mid for Arsenal and West Ham. In my opinion, when Ozil is on form, he is better than Payet, but Payet is more consistent, so I think I like Payet better. Ozil was upgraded 1 whole point though, so I might be on the wrong side of the argument. His pace, passing, dribbling, defending, and physical were downgraded, but his shooting stayed the same. Up next is Sergio Ramos. Sergio Ramos had a really good season with Real Madrid, and he's a very solid center back. He wasn't upgraded though, but he's still pretty high rated, so I think it's fine. His pace, shooting, passing, dribbling, defending, and those were all the same, but his physical stat was downgraded only 1 point. Cesc Fabregas, the Spanish midfielder for Chelsea, had an awesome season with them. He was upgraded 2 whole points, which is pretty fair in my opinion, but I might be a bit biased. His pace, shooting, dribbling were downgraded, but his passing, defending, and physical stats stayed the same. BOATENG is probably the best center back in the world in my opinion. He was upgraded 1 point to become an 87, which is the same as Sergio Ramos, so I think it's pretty fair since Sergio Ramos is also one of the best. His pace is the same as well as his shooting, but his passing was upgraded, also his defending and physical stat. The only thing downgraded is his dribbling, which doesn't really matter since he's a defender. Toni Kroos was upgraded 2 whole points. In my opinion, he should have been probably only 1, but I might be wrong. His pace was downgraded, his shooting stayed the same, and his passing, dribbling, defending were also downgraded, and his physical stat also stayed the same. James Rodriguez, one of the best midfielders in FIFA 16, was upgraded, which is even better. His pace was downgraded though, so I might not use him as much since I need pace. His shooting was upgraded, however. His passing stayed the same, as well as his dribbling and defending and physical stat. Sergio Aguero, maybe the 3rd best in the world after Messi and Ronaldo, but other people might not agree. He was not upgraded. He stayed in 87, which is still pretty high rated. His pace stayed the same as well as his shooting, but his passing was downgraded as well as his defending, but the dribbling and physical stat also stayed the same. INIESTA was not downgraded as much as I thought he would. Even though he's getting old, I guess EA still kind of respect him, so he was only downgraded 1 whole point, which is pretty good still, because it's still an 88. His pace stayed the same as well as his shooting, but his passing was downgraded and his dribbling as well. Everything else stayed the same, the defense and physical stat. David Silva was upgraded 1 point, from an 87 to an 88, and his position changed from a left mid to a cam, which is better since I think he would play better there. His pace was downgraded as well as his shooting, and his passing was upgraded. His dribbling stayed the same, his defending was downgraded, and his physical stat was upgraded. That was kind of confusing. That even confused me a bit, so you can just look on the screen for the stats yourself. Thiago Silva. Is he the best center back in the world? If you think so, put it down in the comment below, and also comment who you think is the best defender in the world if you don't think it's Thiago Silva. He was upgraded 1 point to an 88, so he's now the best defender in the game. His pace was downgraded, however, but 74 pace is still pretty good. His shooting stayed the same, but his passing was upgraded as well as his dribbling. His defending stayed the same, and his physical stat was downgraded. Neymar, in my opinion, is the third best player in the world. He's one of my favorite players because he's so skillful and agile, and his playing style is a bit like mine. He was upgraded, which is awesome since I think he deserves it. His pace stayed the same, but his shooting was downgraded as well as his passing and dribbling and physical stat. His defending stayed the same. Ibrahimovic. He does not have 5-star skills. It's only 4-star skills so far. It might get upgraded, but we never know. I hope it does, but knowing EA, I don't think he will. The card on the screen is actually wrong. Ibra was downgraded 1 point, from a 90 to an 89. His pace was downgraded as well as his shooting, but his passing stayed the same. His dribbling was downgraded as well as his defense, but his physical stats stayed the same. Eden Hazard had an awesome season with Chelsea, also one of my favorite players. He was upgraded 1 whole point, from an 88 to an 89. I personally thought he was going to become a 90, so he was equal with Neymar and as good as Ibra played last season, and better than Ibra now. But he is equal to Ibra according to FIFA, which I think is wrong. His pace was upgraded, his shooting stayed the same, as well as his passing and defending and physical stat, and his dribbling was upgraded. Robben is pretty controversial in my opinion. Some people love him, but some people just hate him. His stats stayed the same, so that's fine with me. His pace was downgraded, his shooting stayed the same, his passing was downgraded, his dribbling stayed the same, and his defending and physical stats stayed the same. Manuel Neuer is officially the best keeper in all of FIFA 16, which is pretty fair in my opinion. His rating did not change. He's still a 90, so that's fine because 90 is very high. His diving was downgraded, his handling was upgraded, his kicking was downgraded, his reflexes stayed the same, and his speed and positioning also stayed the same. Suarez was upgraded 1 point, from an 89 to a 90, which is what I predicted, but it was pretty predictable since he had an amazing season with Barcelona, scoring a lot of goals even though he was suspended for the first quarter of the season or so. His pace was downgraded, but his shooting was upgraded. His passing stayed the same, as well as his dribbling, defending, and physical stat. Cristiano Ronaldo. Second best player in the world or first best player in the world? In my opinion, he's second best. I'm a Messi fan more. If you want to start a discussion down in the comments below, you're free to start the discussion. I will respond to them and maybe argue a bit, which will be pretty fun. He was upgraded 1 point, which I think is pretty fair since he had an awesome season with Real. His pace was downgraded, but his shooting stayed the same. His passing, dribbling were downgraded, as well as his physical, but his defending was upgraded. Lionel Messi, best player in all of FIFA 16. He was upgraded 1 whole point to a 94, but I'm kind of worried since he might run out of room for informs and team of the years and team of the seasons and stuff. So maybe EA will have to give him a 99 card since he was upgraded 1 point, from a 93 to a 94, and his position changed from a center forward to a right wing, which I predicted. His pace was downgraded as well as his shooting and his dribbling and his defending, but his passing and physical stats stayed the same. Thanks for watching my new video on the best FIFA 16 players. If for any reason at all the stats on the screen are not right, please comment down below, and next time I'll be more careful. If you like this video, please like below, and if you want more FIFA content, please subscribe. Comment down below for any discussion or any suggestions at all. I'm sorry for the super long video. I missed yesterday, so I'm kind of combining videos to create one. It's 11 minutes long, and I'm sorry if this took a lot of time out of your day, and it won't happen again. Unless it's a really good video, then I hope you guys watch it and the whole thing. I am actually really excited to try FIFA 16 and the FUT draft. I think it's going to be super fun, and I think the game mechanics are going to be much better. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys